Before we get rolling, first and foremost, I have to say, wow. Seriously, wow. I recorded that first reaction to 6 Businesses That Never Fail, basically as a lark, to just test out my new camera and new microphone and how it would all work in OBS. And holy cow, less than 4 weeks and over 2,000 views, probably 18 subscribers. So again, if you have subscribed, if you're new here, thank you so much. I am so excited that you're here to be part of this new evolution of the content that I'm going to be putting out. And these reactions, they're just fun, really. You know, it's for fun and informative purposes also, because there's a lot of mis and disinformation out there in the business and entrepreneurship world. And coming from somebody that started a couple businesses and learned exactly what not to do in order to be successful, I've got a very unique perspective on this whole entrepreneurship world. Before we get into this next video, I want to just touch base real quick on dreambizcoaching.co. So what is going on over there is you can go there. There's a free community that you can join called World Changing Entrepreneurs. You jump in and let us know what you're working on, what your dreams are, what you're doing to really change and make a difference in this world. And the best thing about that is it's off of Facebook, it's off of Instagram, all of it. There's no social media involved. You just go there and immerse yourself in the group. Get the mentorships that you need, get the networking that you need, get the inspiration that you need. Just have fun with like-minded people. If that's something you might want to check out, go to dreambizcoaching.co, jump into that community. It's free. And if you'd like to support the work that I'm doing here, creating this content and creating the valuable content inside of dreambizcoaching.co, you can become a member. There's 3 tiers that you can pick from. There's a $10 tier, there's a $25 tier, and the VIP is $125. And there's a whole lot of perks, obviously, that you get when you join and as you move up the ladder in order to support what we have going on here at dreambizcoaching.co and on this channel. So with that, we're going to get into the next reaction, which is Andrew Tate. Now, Andrew Tate is a very controversial figure. He is gaining a lot of media attention recently because he's no longer going to be doing mainstream interviews, I think, unless they pay him, and what they give him, he's going to give to charity. But so far, I don't know if anybody's taken him up on that. So in this video, he's going to talk about 4 ways to make money fast in 2023. There's no magic pill. There is no hack. Now, AI is going to make a big difference in the entrepreneurship space going forward. It's going to revolutionize our lives. So I guess there is going to be a little bit of a hack in the whole entrepreneurship world with the use and the bringing in of AI into what we do. But you still have to work for it. There's no push this button, make money. That's called a slot machine, and you know how that typically works out. You leave with less money than you came with. So let's get into this video. Andrew Tate, 4 ways to make money fast in 2023. Let's check it out.
There are 4 main ways to getting money. You either trade your time for money, you trade information for money, you give a product or a service for money.
Okay, so with this video, again, I've never seen this video before, just the first time I'm going through it, and I was expecting to see Andrew Tate, either maybe sitting down at an interview or on stage, but this is one of those B-roll videos where somebody just captured his audio from some source and put something together. So if you were expecting to see Andrew Tate, my apologies, so was I. But let's keep going. Trading your time for money. Yes, that is definitely one of the ways to get money, and a lot of people do this route, aka having a job. Now let's keep going, see what he says about it.
Or you put something to work for money. I'll say that again. We're going to go through them one by one. These are the main ways that money will arrive in your bank account. Remember what I just told you guys, the 4 main things about cash, how it works, how you go attack it, identify where it's moving, etc. These are the 4 main ways money is made. First is time for money. Now, this is what most jobs are. And there's nothing wrong with a job. A lot of people are going to come and say, quit your job. No, there's nothing wrong with having a job. And it's better than doing nothing. But this is the first level. This is the first level on how to make money. So what you do when you have a job is you give up your time to get some cash. So a guy will say, if you stand here all day, I'll give you X amount of money. And you agree. You give up your time to make money. The problem with giving up your time to make money is what? Who knows the problem with giving up your time to make money?
Do you know what he's going to say? I got a pretty good idea, but I wonder if you know. Do you know what he's going to say? What's the problem with giving away your time for money? If you do, put it in the comments. I'll see how many of you get it right. 1, 2, 3.
I'll tell you the problem. The problem is you only have a certain amount of time. It's very difficult to get rich if you give up your time for money because you have a certain amount of time. You need to sleep. You need to eat. You got other stuff to do. You haven't got the time to sit there and get rich that way. So time for money is great. And obviously, the more valuable your time is, the better. That's fine. You can make more. But you still have a finite amount of time. And this is the problem with trading your time for money. Next is information.
I don't know who decided that this was the right B-roll sequence for this. I mean, there's some weird dude in like a disco ball mask. Like, come on, channel, you can do better than that. Anyways, squirrel, let's keep going.
Information for money. Now, the good thing about getting information for money is that your time is not explicitly linked. So if you do something like a video giving information, that one video, you can film it one time, but it can be given out or sold 1,000,000 times, and you get paid every single time. But your time is no longer linked to the money. So a lot of people make money purely on information. And it can be done lots of ways.
A lot of people are doing this. This is the information economy that was really starting to pop up, getting big like back in 2018, and especially taking off in 2020 when we all had so much time on our hands being at home. Yeah, information, selling information. He's 100% right. You're no longer linked to spending your time to get money. Every time you sell this course, this book, whatever it is that you have, this video, every time you sell that, you make money, and you didn't have to put the work in past creating it the first time. This is what a lot of people have done with courses. If you are an entrepreneur and you're looking to potentially have a podcast for your business, I happen to have a course that can help you with that. It's called Podcast Pride. And you can find it at dreambizcoaching.co/pp. And in there, if you're thinking that, yes, you want to start a podcast, but you're too busy, or you're just flat out overwhelmed with all of the things that it's going to take to start a podcast, I'm here to tell you it's not true. With an hour a day, only lasting about a week, putting in just that amount of time, you can have your podcast ready to go with your first episode. No kidding. You can have a professionally designed, pleasing looking thumbnail. You can have an account that is set up and ready to broadcast to Spotify. You can have a way to generate show ideas so that you never run out of what to talk about, and a way to promote your show on social media that's organic, in other words, free, and that actually works because you're creating relationships and starting conversations. So again, if you're looking to start a podcast for your business and you want to walk through step by step and just see how simple and easy it actually can be, head over to dreambizcoaching.co/pp. That stands for Podcast Pride, and I would be happy to see you there. So let's continue with the information for sale economy.
Can be done with what I'm doing right now. I'm making money based on what I know right now. I am selling information to you people. I know information and I'm providing it. There are also high-level consultants.
Okay, another squirrel moment. So from somebody that makes videos, a tip for you: if you're going to put music behind your videos, make sure that it doesn't just cut out in weird places. This may be one of those videos that somebody just slapped together, they don't care, and they're just capitalizing on Andrew Tate and their channel subscribers they built. But come on, don't cut off the music in a weird spot and make people think there's something wrong with the audio.
The same thing. Information is valuable. We live in the age of information. Another thing I guys want you to write down your notes. Some of the two most important things in the world today are information and attention. If you have information and you can get attention, you will be rich. Because if you can get attention, people are going to pay attention to you. And if you have information to give them, you're going to be rich. This webinar is an example of how me, a person who can attract attention, who has information, can make money. So information for money is better than time for money. Now, every single person sitting here, there must be something you know. You know something. You know something others don't know. It doesn't matter if it's how to play guitar. It doesn't matter if it's how to play piano. It doesn't matter if it's how to fix a car. It doesn't matter what it is. You must have some information that other people find useful. That information can be weaponized and it can be turned into money.
Oh, Andrew. Weaponization of information in order to get money and increase capitalization. I don't even know if that's a thing. I wouldn't necessarily call it weaponizing information. I mean, yes, you can use the information that you have to develop products or services to deploy to help people to, not only help them, but to make money for yourself, make a living. But I wouldn't necessarily call it weaponization. Another thing that he was talking about is with you knowing something or knowing how to do something specifically, he's talking about individuality, which is very, very important when it comes to entrepreneurship. Because if you don't have any kind of individuality, anything that sets you apart from other people, you're just going to be another coach, another course creator. You're going to be another mechanic. You're just going to be another one. The key is to be you. In whatever you do, let your personality and your convictions shine through, because that's what's going to bring people to you, attract your tribe to you. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there and be who you really are. And if that might be too spicy for YouTube, go to Rumble. Or do what I've done and create your own space, your own website that you can put your content on, and you can't be censored, you can't be locked out, because you own it. It's your space. But whatever you do, be yourself and put yourself out there, because it's that individualization that's going to bring people to you. So let's continue.
Money. We're going to get into how to do that later, but it's not actually very complicated. You need to garner attention. You need to produce the videos or the subject material or the PDFs or whatever you want to do. Explain to people what you know. You need to establish credibility so they understand that they can trust you and they will pay for your information. This is another way to get money, information. So keep that in mind, write that down. Because when you write down your piece of paper information, you also need to sit and think, what do I know that other people don't know? So there must be something you know, and that information is valuable. You have to convince people it's valuable and to come and buy it from you. Next, this is what most businesses do. They provide a product or a service for money. Now, this is different from information, because even though if you provide a service, you have information. Let's say you fix cars. You know how to fix cars. You have that information. But you're not selling the information. You're selling the service, which is different. The information would be selling me a book on how to fix my own car. The service is coming here and to fix it for me. So a product or service selling for money. This is very, very simple. This is what most businesses do. They get a product or a service and they sell it for a market. Now, this is the way that most mega businesses make money. But in the modern world, it's quite difficult to do. And it's difficult to do because most products and services are monopolized. They're monopolized because everyone's already selling everything.
And this is what I was talking about when I said individuality and letting your personality and your convictions shine through. He's speaking to this right now with everything being monopolized. Everybody's already selling everything. So how can you set yourself apart, set your product or service apart so that, again, you're not just another one, you're the only one. Let's keep going.
And we live in a global economy now. And there's no product you can think of that I can't go to Amazon.com and find cheaper from China, and they'll sell it at a 1 penny, maybe 2 penny markup. So the product route is getting harder unless you're very, very unique and you build a brand, which is something we're going to get into. The service is fine, but you know what the problem with service is? Service is once again linked to your time. If you're providing a service, you're still giving up your time for money. Do you understand? So the product angle is difficult, the service angle is difficult, the time angle is difficult. So far, the only angle we have will allow you to make money scalable out and beyond is information for money. Next, putting something else to do the work for you. Now this is what corporations and the mega rich people do. They either get people to work for them or they get their money to work for them. So to keep their time free, they make other people.
You see how the word time keeps coming up from if you're new in entrepreneurship, if you're thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, starting a business, your time is the most precious commodity. The more you can maximize your time and minimize these minuscule tasks so you can stop working in your business and start working on your business. The faster you're able to do that, the quicker you're going to get to whatever is your version of success. And this kind of goes back to what I was talking about at the beginning with the rise of AI. So if you are new to entrepreneurship and business and maybe you can't afford to hire somebody to do your copywriting for you, well, if you go and spend a little bit of time learning how to capitalize and use ChatGPT or another text-based AI program, it can help you write your copy. It can bust out emails for you that you can just tweak a little bit, again, to put your personality into, and then you're good to go, saving you hours every single week. And that's just one. That's one tool. So if you can't hire somebody, pay just a little bit, a fraction of what it would cost to hire someone, and utilize the AI tools that are out there to help you. Again, get rid of those minuscule tasks so you can work on your business instead of in it more often. Now let's keep going.
Or other things give up their time. So a company will come along, let's look at the slides. A company will come along with a service. It will advertise its service. It will then hire people, number one. It will get people to work for them, and then those people will give up their time in exchange for a wage, give up their time in exchange for a wage, and the company will keep money. So the owner of that company, although he has to manage things, his time is not explicitly linked to income. Now the super wealthy, what the super wealthy people do is, they get their money to work for them. And if your money works for you, it's even better than people, because people need to be managed a lot more than money. Your money doesn't need to be managed. Money just works. So if you have millions of dollars and you put them in at 10%, you can get a 10% return, or even a 3% return. You're going to be rich on the interest without doing anything. So making your money make you money is great, but you can only live off this money if you already have a lot of money.
Right. And the way that you do that, according to this video, is by selling information for money. That way you can leverage your time, do something once, and sell it over and over again. And what he's talking about with the whole money, making money, obviously, is investing. And believe me, I am not here to tell you what to do to invest your money. Stock markets, Bitcoin, whatever. You do what you feel is right for you and what your comfort level is when it comes to investing money. It is a way to make money, but again, like you said, you have to be at a certain level before you can really maximize that and really get to that point where you're living off of interest or dividends. I think we're getting close to the end here, so let's keep going.
So let's go back through and analyze. Getting people to work for you is complicated setup because you actually need to sell a product or service to get most people to work for you. Also, you need to people manage. So for a long period of time, you're not going to have your time free. This is the first thing. Second thing, getting your money to work for you, you need a lot of money to live off the work your money does. You need a lot of money to get this to happen. Most people don't have enough money to put their money to work to live off it. Now, you still should put your money to work. I want to talk about that. But you can't live off your money working.
So there we go. Andrew Tate, 4 ways to make money fast. Well, I think number 1 was actually not very true unless you manage to land a really good job. And if you do happen to land a really good job, yes, you can make money. Yes, you can become wealthy. I wouldn't say that you would become super wealthy from trading your time for money, but you can get there to where you can live comfortably if you work at a high-paying job and you have a good skill set, and then you start investing your money like he was talking about in the very last section. So yeah, number 1 way to get money fast is not fast. It's a slow grind. Everything else that he said was just spot on. It's just facts. Very simple facts, but still true. All right, guys. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a like. And if you're new here to the channel, consider subscribing. I would love to have you on board to hear your feedback. And if you've got entrepreneurship or business videos that you've seen that you'd like to get my reaction on, post them in the comments. I'd love to see what you've got, what you've discovered, and react to it. That way we can all share and we can all know what you know as well. So again, go ahead and smash that like button. You can even hit the dislike button if that's something that you're into. And again, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you on board. And for now, I'll just say peace. See you in the next one.